So what we're going to do now is to switch on the computer, the one which we built yesterday, to install the operating system. And we're going to see some of the BIOS settings, and we're going to boot from the drive which we just created, the pen drive. So one of the settings which we need to change in the BIOS is the boot options to boot from the USB. Before that, I have to mention that I have plugged in a USB keyboard and mouse to the computer which we built yesterday. So it's just a USB keyboard and mouse, nothing fancy about it. So we have just started the same computer which we just created yesterday. And right now what I have done is I have press the delete key while the system was booting up. So the reason why I pressed the delete key is I wanted to get into the BIOS of the motherboard. So this particular key is not common for all the motherboards. It is different for different motherboards. If you're doing it by yourself, you may have to look for your motherboard documentation to check which key you need to press for reaching to the BIOS. So in my case, it was the delete key, and I pressed the delete key and I reached BIOS. So these are the different settings you will get to see in the BIOS. Pretty much similar settings will be there in almost all the modern motherboards. There is one particular setting I want to change here, which is my boot order. So the order by which my boot devices are being selected. So that is, in my case, it is in advanced BIOS features, and it is in hard disk boot priority. And right now it is Toshiba, which is the hard disk we plugged in yesterday. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna plug in my USB. So right now I don't have any other option. I'm gonna plug in my USB device which we burned. First we're gonna do the Windows installation. So we're gonna plug in the Windows bootable USB drive and we're gonna restart the system. So we will come back to the BIOS again to change that boot order. So I have plugged in the USB and I'm going to restart. Yeah. Now I'm going to start it again. Again, I'm going to press the delete key so that I'll reach to the BIOS. And keep pressing the delete key. I have reached the BIOS again because I was pressing the delete key. Again, I'm going to the advanced settings. Again, I'm going to the hard disk boot priority. So right now we can see there is my USB SanDisk flash drive is detected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a page up. So if you look at the bottom documentation, you can see page up is increasing the priority. So I'm going to press the page up key here. So the USB is on the top. What this priority is, first, when the computer boots up, it will check for the USB HDD. And if it is not finding the USB HDD, it will try to boot from Toshiba hard disk. So right now, our bootable device is the USB device. So we need that to be on the top. We don't have any bootable add-in cards at the moment. So option 3 is not even valid in this case. So now I have changed the priority of my USB pen drive on the boot menu. All I'm going to do is to save and exit. For that, I'm going to press the key F10. I'm going to say yes. So right now I have changed the boot priority of my BIOS, and the priority number 1 is the USB pen drive, and I'm expecting it to boot from the USB pen drive. So you can see the Windows logo has come up, and I'm expecting that is the Windows installation logo. So the Windows installation screen has come up. Now my mouse will start working. I can use my mouse. I'm gonna go with the default options. Click next. I'm gonna press install now. So this is the Windows operating system installation startup. We are booting from the USB pen drive to install Windows operating system. And right now the Windows operating system is going to get installed into the hard disk from the USB pen drive. So I don't have a mouse here, so I'm using the keyboard itself to navigate. So I'm gonna go with the custom installation. There are a couple of different partitions in that disk. I'm gonna delete all the partitions. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning up the drive. The drive was not really technically empty. So I'm just deleting everything and just making the drive fresh and clean. All the drive is pretty clean. And now I have a single 1 TB drive, which is around 931 GB. So I'm gonna go with this and click next. So right now, what I have done is I have cleaned up the Toshiba drive. There were some files in it, some old installation probably. I cleaned up everything. I made it into one single partition. I deleted all the existing partitions in the disk. I pretty much cleaned up the drive and started the installation of operating system. Right now it is doing the steps, copying Windows files, and then it is getting ready for the installation. So this will take some time. So I will pause the video and we'll come back shortly. Yeah, so we have finished the installation and there is an automatic restart is going on. Now I'm gonna plug out the USB so that otherwise such that it'll boot from the hard disk. I have plugged out the USB, it is rebooting. Now I'm expecting it to boot from the HDD, the Toshiba hard drive, the Windows operating system. The operating system installation is not finished yet, but rest of the operating system installation will continue from the hard disk itself. You don't need the pen drive after this because the hard disk is bootable by now. So this screen you're seeing right now, this is coming from the hard disk. So this is all part of the installation, operating system installation. Still it'll take a couple more minutes. So when you buy a laptop or any other system, normally all this task is done. That's why you don't see any of this thing. It's all pre-installed. So it's again restarting automatically. We have not done anything. It is the operating system itself restarting. So the first half of the installation was done from the USB pen drive, the bootable pen drive. The second half done from the hard disk itself. We removed the pen drive in the second half. And this is the third half. The operating system automatically rebooted and it is coming back up. I'm not expecting a clean display because the monitor which is connected to the computer right now is a very high resolution monitor. It's a 4K 65-inch TV connected to the computer right now just for the purpose of recording. So I'm not expecting the inbuilt graphics card of this motherboard is able to drive that 4K resolution. I'm not sure, but I think it will support only till full HD. But we will be able to see some display, although it won't be much clearer. So the operating system installation is almost complete. So I'm gonna go with the Express setting here. The rest of the things you're gonna see right here, you might have seen it before when you have bought a Windows laptop or something similar. It is the user creation and stuff like that. So this is the user creation part, like I mentioned. I'm typing a password. I've created a user. So Windows is starting up. It's much better to see in the actual screen. As a matter of fact, what you're seeing is the recording of the TV using a camera. So that's why it's not very clear for you. So we will wait till the start menu comes up and we open up a notepad or something. Then we will continue with the Ubuntu installation. We're going to do the Ubuntu installation in the the exact same disk. We will erase the Windows installation and we'll go ahead with the Ubuntu installation. So we have the start menu and any programs you can open from here as usual, just another Windows operating system. So what we have done is we have assembled a PC from the scratch, from the parts of the PC. We created a boot disk, we changed the BIOS settings and booted from the boot USB drive, and we installed Windows operating system, Windows 10. So I'm going to stop it here and continue with the installation of Ubuntu operating system. I just wanted to show you the Linux variant as well.